The New York Jets almost didn't exist, not because they folded or moved or merged, but because the man who founded them was told by the NFL that New York already had a team, and one was enough. That man was Harry Wismer, a radio broadcaster who'd spent years calling NFL games and watching the league print money. In 1959, Wismer applied for an NFL expansion franchise in New York. The league said no. The Giants had exclusive rights to the city, and the NFL wasn't interested in competing with itself. So Wismer did what any rational businessman would do. He started his own league. Sort of. The American Football League was the idea of Lamar Hunt, a Texas oil heir who'd also been rejected by the NFL and decided that 8 rich guys could simply invent a competing professional football league. Hunt rounded up 7 other owners in 1959, all of them men who'd been shut out by the NFL and had money to burn. Wismer bought the New York franchise for $75,000. He named them the Titans, after the mythological Giants, because he wanted a name bigger than the Giants. The Titans played their first season in 1960 at the Polo Grounds, a baseball stadium the Giants had abandoned 5 years earlier. The field was too narrow for regulation football. Attendance averaged 10,000 fans a game in a stadium that held 55,000. The team lost money every year, and Wismer, it turned out, didn't actually have that much of it. He'd bought the franchise assuming he could sell television rights to cover operating costs. But no network wanted to air Titans games when the Giants were pulling real ratings. By 1962, Wismer was paying players late, bouncing checks, and publicly feuding with the other AFL owners. The league had to step in and cover the team's payroll just to finish the season. In March 1963, a New York court ruled that Wismer was bankrupt. The AFL took control of the franchise and put it up for sale. The buyer was Sonny Werblin, a television executive who'd spent his career packaging entertainment deals and understood something Wismer never did. A sports team is a television product first and a football team second. Werblin bought the Titans for $1 million in March 1963. He immediately renamed them. The new name had to sound modern, fast, and like something that could sell on television. Werblin chose Jets, partly because it rhymed with Mets, the new baseball team that had just launched, and partly because LaGuardia and Idlewild airports were right there, and the name sounded like motion. The team moved to Shea Stadium in 1964, a real football venue that could actually hold crowds. Attendance tripled. But the turning point wasn't the stadium. It was the quarterback. In 1965, Werblin signed Joe Namath out of Alabama for $400,000, the largest contract in football history. The NFL called it reckless. Werblin called it marketing. Namath was young, confident, charismatic, and exactly the kind of star who could sell tickets in television ads. He also happened to be very good at football. In 1968, the Jets won the AFL championship. That sent them to Super Bowl III against the Baltimore Colts, a team the NFL considered invincible. Namath guaranteed a Jets victory 3 days before kickoff. The Jets won 16-7. It was the first Super Bowl victory by an AFL team, and it forced the NFL to take the merger seriously. By 1970, the AFL and NFL had fully merged, and the Jets were no longer the upstart. They were legitimate. The franchise that almost didn't exist, because the NFL said New York didn't need another team, became the team that proved the NFL didn't own professional football. Next time, we head north to the NHL.